What are the best tools that have supported me in my life, spiritual or otherwise? Yoga, not the yoga that I thought I came to when I was in my early 20s, where I was like, yeah, I'm doing yoga now. It was the yoga that I did when I was in first grade and I got up and stretched and lifted my shirt up and the teacher was like, "Jack, sit back down." And everybody looked up at me. That was yoga. That was me in union with God, the universe, spirit. And as people talk about, yoga is yoke, or being in the yoke of life, or union really is what yoga means. And so I can see how that tool has benefited me. And I have this it's hard to say, but it was first noticed by someone outside of me, and I guess by me, in therapy when I was like 10, 11 years old, when I was in therapy to help me work through separation anxiety, going to sleep at night by myself, but overall separation anxiety. And it's this thing where I go like this, and I think it helps me dance with myself in a way. Like when people spin around in circles or jump up and down, like I can easily get myself to to just have energy rushing through me. Um, and that's helpful because I think it's kept me grounded when I've needed to be grounded. So at first, when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is a problem. But actually, instead, it's more of a symptom of me finding my own solution to something, to being my own dance partner. Yeah. In relation to myself in a healthy way that feels good, that has its own tactile satisfaction as a human and as a Taurus for the astrologers out there. And some other tools, other spiritual minds have been incredible tools for me. Other spiritual minds that are giving, whether they've written books or had podcasts or whatever, the information and experience of others has been vital to mine. Not necessarily because I've been like, oh, I'm going to go have their experience, but more as showing me what's possible and being able to be a mirror for things that I wasn't able to see in myself. That sometimes we need a mirror to be able to see what's on our face. Otherwise, I can only touch it. I can't really see it. So those mirrors have been very helpful. Ways of dancing with myself, um, yoga, mirrors, and not the biggest of all, but a huge other pillar that maybe I'll stop with is music. Music has been, as I described in a trip that I took a while back and wrote down in like a document, that it's my path. And at the time I thought that it was my path in terms of it's like the only path and that's how I'm going to live in this world, but that's not really what it was saying. It was saying this is your path to your spirituality, to expansion, and to self-love, to see that maybe I couldn't love myself in the moment, but when I listen back to what I've written, when I listen back to music I've made from years ago, especially now, it's so great to be far enough in that I can listen to music from years ago and appreciate it and enjoy it and be my own fan. That's where, like I was saying in the last question, the you dilate. A huge tool for to learn how to dilate the lens has been music. And when I talk about being a hyper creator, like now I'm creating, understanding that my creation process is involved with me at different stages of my life. And so it's a participatory dance with other parts of me. So now I'm starting to describe the whole tool as just my spirituality. But so I would say that's the biggest tool, but you can see the components that are a part of it. There's a dance that goes along with it. There's yoga, so a practice that goes along with it that brings me in union, whether yoga of the mind, the body, whatever, of diet, like with fasting right now. And then, of course, the mirror from other people. So relationship to actual other beings or former human beings or whatever.